Hello, welcome back to another reading. Message to start with for today. Okay, that was awkward. Hello, welcome to another reading. I want to start off with saying happy spring equinox to all of those who celebrate. It is the start of Aries season. It is a new astrological year. So, this is very much a time of rebirth, transformation, allowing the past to be in the past, and embracing a new path, a new journey, a new story. Today was very chaotic. My little human self, so many things happened today. I started boiling water in a tea kettle and I forgot about it, so the tea kettle melted. I mean, it's made out of metal, but the plastic piece, like the little handle on top, the little thermometer that I put inside melted, which was insane. And then I put clothes in the dryer today, and one of my new pairs of pants, I haven't even worn it yet. It has like strings attached to it. It got caught on the little dryer filter. And so my new pair of pants is kind of ruined. What else? When I was trying to get on my bike on the way over here, I was just super clumsy with it, super stumbling all over the place. And it really is giving me this energy, this clumsiness, this chaoticness. It's very Aries. It's very Aries because, it's the first sign of the zodiac. It represents birth. And, when we're starting a new path or new journey, or we're entering into a new story, a new timeline, the ego is kind of like reborn. And we have to allow ourselves to go through this chaos, to allow the chaos to unfold, and to not let it mean anything about you or this new narrative or this new timeline. Because, children, when they're first learning how to walk, they fall down many times. And that can look like a bit of a chaotic journey for them. And we just have to allow ourselves to stumble, to make these mistakes and laugh at it along the way, because that's all that they are. They're just mistakes that happened. And they don't mean anything. They don't mean anything. They really don't. So I was just meditating. And in my meditation, I was expressing gratitude. And the message I kept getting from Source was, love is the answer. So I was kind of thinking about, what do I talk about? How do I start this reading today? And I just kept hearing over and over and over again, not forcefully, but, in that very quiet, nudgingly way, love is the answer. Love is the answer. Talk about questions. Talk about the journey that we find ourselves on. And this journey is, one of self-discovery, one of self-knowledge, of our internal self-growth, self-improvement journey. And on this journey, we can find ourselves asking a lot of questions. Because, when you've awakened, or when you've landed on a new level of consciousness, there's still so many unknowns. And so our little human minds tend to just want to intellectualize the journey. But you can't do that, because a journey is not to be intellectualized. There's no question and then definite answer. The only answer is love. That sounds really corny, but hear me out. It's oneness, it's wholeness, it's the source of all life. Whatever question that you have, whatever deep, meaningful, beautiful question you have about life, just know that it's love is the answer. It's unconditional love. What does this mean? What does that mean? Love. Love is the answer. You are the answer. When we ask these questions about ourselves, about the meaning of life, about, just like the bigger topics, I guess, know that there's the only answer is the one that you can give it. The only answer is the one that you create. And oftentimes we use our imagination for this. We use our imagination to create the answer to whatever question it is that we have. And we know that this imagination, whatever answer we find peace in, whether it's satisfying to the ego or not, whatever answer it is that you believe that you came up with is actually from God, is from the divine, from Source itself. Anyway, okay, so I think that was my opening. Hi, I'm Christine Conscious. I am a divine messenger and spiritual guide. I am here to read for the collective, for myself, for everybody. So thank you so much for being here, being part of the collective to hear this message. Okay, let's get into your reading. Okay, so first we're going to start with the Wisdom of the Oracle to get kind of a overhead general message from Spirit, kind of our topic for today. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to channel your divine messages for the collective, for myself, for everybody. Thank you for allowing the collective to find this message. I know it is meant for them as much as it is meant for me. One more Spirit, please. One more card. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for having sun out. Thank you for allowing the winds to be at perfect speed. On the back of the deck, we have exchanging gifts. Okay. So our first card is No Place Like Home. Our second card is Breathe, and the third card is Flexible. So No Place Like Home is very much about returning back to ourselves. It's returning back to our awareness, to our internal world. And with the Breathe, it's kind of talking about how we get there. How do you get back to your internal world? And the person on the card, she's meditating on a lily pad. And meditation is a very good way to get back to your awareness, to recenter yourself. But with the flexibility card, sometimes we find ourselves in situations where we can't meditate. Or maybe we hear meditate and we're kind of resistant to it because it seems like effort. But really all meditation is just being aware of your thoughts, being aware of the beliefs and emotions, the intentions that you hold throughout your day. It's remembering to observe without any judgment. Observe without any judgment what you're doing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and completely detaching from it. Because you're not all those things. You're not your beliefs. You are not your identity. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer behind them. No place like home. Maybe wherever it is you are physically, wherever you are on your path, you know that it's not your home. Like, it just doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel comfortable like you would at home. But we don't want to get too caught up in the physical. We don't want to get too caught up in this life that we're living, that we know is not the end. We know it's not our dream. We know it's not our we know it's not the vision that we have for the best version of ourselves. But because you are already the best version of yourself, because you are aware that whatever life it is you are seeing or perceiving, know that the best version of your home, like the best version of the reality that you can perceive, it's existing as you're thinking of it, as you are aware and as you are present in each and every breath that you're taking. And you are aware of the best vision of your life, you are literally breathing life into it. Being flexible, is about having one foot in the current reality we're living in, and then our imagination, our dream life, the vision that we do hold for ourselves. And this flexibility, it's not force. I'm thinking of like exercise. Like, you're not lifting here, even though it does take some flexibility to lift properly. That's a different topic. Where am I going? Flexibility is not about pushing any force. It's not about figuring out how to get from where you are to where you want to be. It's just about being able to bend, being able to adapt. Knowing that your imagination is just as real as whatever you are perceiving in the physical world. Because the physical world it's dense in that, you can touch it, you can feel it. It moves slower than how our imaginations do, than how our ideas do. So be flexible between these two worlds that you're living in. And know that because you are so grounded, so rooted in your dream life, the 3D world, the physical world, conforms to you. conforms to you. All right, let's get into the tarot. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, for your divine messages. Okay. So for our focal points, for this position of kind of the area we should be placing our awareness on, we have the Magician. And the Magician is all about alchemy, using the 4 elements to create. Magician is very much as above, so below. So confirms everything I was just talking about with standing firm in our imagination and our dream lives, and trusting that whatever you do in the physical reality conforms to us. Now, I'm not saying, you don't have to do anything. Of course, it is our humanness to do. But when you do take action, when you do create physical movement, know what your intentions are. Are your intentions coming from a place of desperation and lack? Or is it coming from the knowing that you are already in your dream life? You are already embodying the person who lives the life that you are dreaming for yourself. In the position of what to receive from the universe, what the universe wants to give to you is death and rebirth. So it is this full surrendering of your ego, full surrendering of all your wants, desires, needs, full surrendering of all the pain that you've endured, all of the trauma, all of the stories. I want to say good and bad stories. But I think it's okay to keep the good stories. Just surrender all the narratives that don't fit. There we go. Not labeling anything as good or bad. Just surrendering any narratives that don't fit. And these narratives can be neutral, They don't have to be good or bad. But just any narrative that doesn't make sense. Any narratives that your new self can't even fathom. I'm feeling called to talk about the narrative of an underdog. The underdog where, somebody faces adversity and then works hard, perseveres, comes out on top. And as much as we love that story as humans, it always makes for a great movie, a great drama. Know that it's just a story. And even though you want to achieve this story, you want to be able to tell this story to the world, identifying with the underdog archetype is only going to keep you there. It's only going to keep you there. We don't want to focus on the story or the journey and where we're at in this journey. We don't want to focus at any other point other than the very end of being, the winner, the one who comes out on top. We want to keep our focus on the absolute best case scenario of ultimate and complete abundance. Because when we do that, the journey follows you. It's not something that you have to embark on. It's not something that you have to pinpoint, okay, where in this journey am I? So I can have an identity, so I can make sense of my life. The only answer is at the very end of it. You are the winner. You always have been, you are now, and you will be. An analogy that I've been thinking about a lot lately is this, I don't know what to call it. I saw this video on the internet one time, long time ago, and it just stuck with me. This kid, this little, very small child, was trying to punch through a wooden board. They were in karate, and this child was trying to punch through it. The instructor said, don't punch the board, punch through the board, like punch at the end, like the other side of the board. Don't punch the board, don't use force on the board. Allow your fist to reach the other side of the board. And when we constantly are telling ourselves that we're an underdog, that we're on this journey, that we're climbing the mountain, that is us punching the board. That is us using force on the board. When we want to keep our focus, keep our awareness, keep our consciousness on the other side of that. We want to move, we want to behave, we want to believe, we want to be as if there is no journey, as if there is no mountain to climb, as if there is no board to punch through. Have faith that the end goal is already done. It's already done. Now, in the position of what to give the universe, we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is all about surrender. So that works very well with the Death card here. Maybe I was reading this card instead of the Death card. The universe wants you to surrender. I did just say that with the Death card, didn't I? Surrender and allow for a new perspective. Okay, I'm seeing this as secular right here. Circular? Secular. Where as you surrender your perspective on your life, on your situation, whatever it is you got going on, the universe will replace that with a death and rebirth. We'll replace that with a transformation. Or at least that's how our human selves can perceive this. Is that it's not a new journey. It is not a new journey that the universe is giving you. It's a complete restructuring. It's a completely new I don't know why I want a series of blessings. It's not, I don't know. It's not a journey of the underdog anymore. As you surrender that perspective, it is a new narrative of where you've never had to go on a journey, of where you've never had to climb a mountain to get to where you are. It's just complete and radical acceptance of your desires and your blessings and whatever it is your heart's desires, whatever your goals are. And I just realized on the back of the deck we have the Nine of Wands, which is very much about the underdog energy. The Knight of Wands, the Nine of Wands is about somebody who's endured so much and who has now created this identity of being somebody who fights for what they want. But the person who already has all these blessings and all of these things that we want, they don't have to fight for it. They don't have to fight for it anymore. No. And behind that we have the Three of Pentacles, which is about co-creation with the universe, with you, the human self, your own soul, and the source of all creation. All right. Last deck. I'm going to use the essential oil oracle cards. I love these cards because there's just so much information on them. They give you essential oil, they give you chakras, they give you colors, they give you statements. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, Spirit, for the messages you have for the collective, for me, and for everybody. So the first one, we have Black Spruce. Restore. Trigger statement, I am broken. The true statement is, I am illuminated. As you release your attachment to the high and low, you find peace and balance. Honor the cycles of your body and energy now. We have Comforting. Consolation. The trigger statement is, I cannot go on. The true statement is, my heart is light. Please hold space for the feelings you have. Honor them and be with them. Your burden will be lightened. We have Patchouli, earthly. Trigger statement, I hate my body. The true statement is, my body is a temple. My body is my temple. Remember that you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Please, having an earthly experience. Revere your loyal, sacred body. So honor your humanness. Honor the part of you that does feel like you need to be on a journey. Just remember that that is your human self creating that. But that's not the truth. The truth is that you are everything. You are source. You are the neutral observer and the creator. You are the neutral observer and the meaning maker of everything that happens in your life. So hold space for whatever old meanings your human self has given your scenario. Allow that human part of yourself to exist. And allow them to pass through you, and allow them to have the peace that they deserve. Remember that you are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. Because these highs and these lows that we find on our journey, it just creates a drama that is satisfying to our human selves. But the peace and the balance does not come from the journey. And it does not come from the highs and the lows. It does not come from any narrative that we can tell ourselves. It comes from just knowing, just completely being still in ourselves as a neutral observer. Anyway, that is all I got for you. Thank you for being here, for listening to this reading. Please remember to like, share, or wait, please. Anyway, that's all I got for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to this message. Please remember to live, laugh, like, and subscribe. Thank you.